Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Joshua versus Jermaine Franklin will be taking place tomorrow or tonight, depending when you watch this video and depending when it comes out. This is AJ's comeback fight after losing twice to Alexander Usyk. Second performance wasn't actually that bad. He tried to give it all he got in the first 8 rounds, and from round 9 to 12, he was hanging on for dear life, I can't even lie. So this is AJ's fresh start. He's got a new trainer. The same trainer that trains, I think, is Errol Spence Jr. and one of the Charlo brothers. So it's a good training that he's bringing in. Clearly knows how to instill a good mindset into his fighters and game plan, and also push his fighters to their max, because as you can see from Errol Spence and Charlo's performances, they leave it all in the ring and they have positive results. In this video, I'm just going to break down how I think the fight's going to go, the key areas I think AJ can win the fight, and key areas I think Franklin can also win the fight. If you want more content like this, please hit the like button and subscribe for more. And also, I'll be doing a live watch along for the fight on my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel right here. My Twitch channel will also be in the link in the description. It is twitch.tv/Kwadjeeee. So if you want to come along and watch, join in the watch along, feel free to come along. We're gonna have a good night. Hopefully AJ gets the win and we have a good night in general. Alright, so let's start off with how I think Jermaine Franklin can win. The first reason why I think Franklin can win is just AJ's confidence. He's coming back from back-to-back losses to Usyk. Both of them 12 rounds, 24 rounds in total. He lost both occasions. I think that's three losses out of 5 fights. Lost to Ruiz, beat Pulev, and lost to Usyk twice. So AJ's confidence is kind of going to be all over the place. You can see in his interviews, his personality on the camera is completely changed. Yeah, we're going to see how that translates into the ring, because he hasn't knocked out an opponent since Pulev, and before Pulev, he got stopped by Ruiz and took Ruiz 12 rounds. So AJ's fight confidence, it might not be all there. So we're going to find out what his new trainer can do for him and how he performs on the night. The second way I think Franklin can win is just because Franklin's tough. As you saw in the Dillian Whyte fight, he went all 12 rounds of Dillian. Personally, I think he won the fight. The judges gave it to Dillian Whyte in the end. But Franklin was able to stay in the fight with Dillian Whyte the whole fight, pressure the whole rounds, non-stop action, showed good defense, came back when he got fired upon, and that could be a problem for Anthony Joshua. As you know, Joshua in the later rounds tends to fade. He doesn't have all the energy, he doesn't have the same power, same agility, same movement as he does in the earlier rounds, as you can assume from heavyweights, but especially for Joshua. You saw in the Usyk fight, both Usyk fights, he past the 8th round, past the 7th round, AJ was running on empty and didn't really have much more he can give to his opponent. And that can be a key area for Franklin to expose, because he was in there, he was throwing bangs in the 12th round, and you don't really see that from Anthony Joshua nowadays. So if Franklin can maintain his cardio and fitness and durability throughout the fight, push it into rounds 9, 10, 11, 12, you never know, he might get the stoppage. Another area which Franklin brings problems to AJ is just the fact that he can switch it up, head and body. He mixes up body shots with head shots beautifully, press combination punches, and as everyone knows from AJ, he's known as the stiff boxer, the bodybuilder boxer. He likes to stand upright, his hands in the right position, does use a bit of lateral movement, but he's not known for his head movement, he's not known for his crazy defense. And just the fact that he can implement different styles of attack into AJ could confuse him, could lead to AJ getting caught a few times. Yeah, another area which AJ should watch out for, and which Franklin could probably use to take over the fight, is just he's dangerous in all the rounds. In 12th round, he was trading bombs with Dillian Whyte. Even though he got hit, flew against the ropes, he came back with bombs. And you know from the Ruiz fight that could be a problem for AJ. He got caught after knocking Ruiz down in the 3rd round. He came in, tried to finish, and he was just trading bombs, and that ended up AJ on the ground and subsequently getting knocked down, I think, 4 more times during the fight. Now we're going to move on to why I think AJ could actually win the fight. AJ's main attribute is that he has power in his punches. AJ showed this against Povetkin, he showed this against Pulev, against Dillian Whyte, and against Brazil. Inflict damage, ward off any forward pressure from his opponents, and eventually get the finish on them. So that's the kind of thing I'm expecting from AJ to bring in this fight. He also, a second thing he brings to the fight is experience. He's gone in there with 2 high caliber fighters in Usyk and Klitschko. Usyk is an Olympic champion. Klitschko reigned over the heavyweight division for a very long time. He's been in there with them. He went 24 rounds of Usyk, he went 11 rounds with Klitschko, and that's invaluable experience. You can't gain that in the gym, you can only gain that under the lights in the ring, and AJ did that, and he brings that to the fight. He understands what it's like to go 12 rounds, what it's like to be down in the 10th round on the scorecards and come back and finish them like Klitschko. He knows what it's like to get beat up for 24 rounds and not quit. He still tried his best. I think in the 12th round against Usyk in the second fight, he was just running at Usyk because that's all he had left in him. A third point why I think AJ can win the fight is that Franklin can be hurt. We saw that against Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte landed a few big shots on Franklin, and he'll stumble a little bit, flew into the ropes. AJ's got power, his punches. Franklin can get hurt. That's a beautiful recipe for a knockout. The fourth point is just his new coach. His new coach has 2 world champions under him. I'm not sure who else he has on his roster, but Errol Spence and Charlo are both amazing boxers who know how to stick to game plans. He obviously coaches them well during the fight and in the gym. So we know when he comes with AJ, hopefully he won't have any of that nonsense of "Go AJ, yes AJ." Hopefully he'll be real with AJ and tell him if he's down, tell him that he's down. If he's up, tell him to keep pushing. Don't sit back and let Franklin back into the fight. The main thing is just AJ's boxing skill. He showed it against Pulev that he can box and punch in the same fight. Like he can implement boxing tactics and also have his right hand be useful. He showed it against Pulev, dropping him in early rounds and finished off in the later rounds. He was boxing in the middle rounds. It was a bit shaky at times. Goes back to his defense and when he takes his foot off the gas. He shows that he's got it in him. He showed it against Ruiz too. The second fight, he boxed to a 12-round victory. So he's got it in him, and against Joseph Parker. So he shows he can do both, and hopefully with his new training he can bring them both together and put in a good performance, because this fight is probably AJ's biggest fight in terms of his career. If he loses it, no one knows what he's going to do next. Regardless of the pressure, regardless of the belts, he needs to perform in this fight to make sure his name is still put in there with the great heavyweights, with Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. He needs to win this fight, and he needs to win it in great fashion. So my prediction in the end is that AJ wins by 7th round stoppage. I hope he wins. If he doesn't win by stoppage, that's fine. If he wins by decision, that's cool. Like, as long as it's a good performance. Like, everyone's like, okay, AJ, that was a good fight. You know, you may have gone to the scorecards, but you throw some hooks in there, you do some uppercuts, you land some good right hands. And that's all we really want to see in this fight, is AJ coming out having a good performance, a good show out, and proving that he's still an elite heavyweight. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. I'll be streaming my watch along on my Twitch and my YouTube, so come along, and I'll catch you guys later.